Great Horse Master. The story follows Julius, a former horse caretaker enslaved in the mines of Crete, who escapes during a violent revolt and retakes his career in the English kingdom. Years later, he falls in love with Vanessa, but her jealousy and ambition draw him into increasingly dangerous crimes involving theft, kidnapping, and deception. Their plans eventually lead to betrayal when Rebecca, jealous of Vanessa and Julius, kills Vanessa and frames Julius. But the truth always comes to light. The king forgives Julius, naming him his prince before dying after a battle with the Vikings. A tale of forgiveness, ambition, action, battle, and love. Prologue. Island of Crete, Kingdom of England, 1453. The caves beneath the island were dark, damp, and merciless. Hundreds of slaves worked in chains, striking the stone with picks, while soldiers armed with wipes overseeing them. Julius was mining. Julius was a slave, with dirty and broken robes, big, blue-eyed, dark-haired, bearded, Caucasian 30-year-old male, a king in old robes. His thoughts were those of a king too, but hidden by the wipes of the small soldiers. A soldier, holding a wipe, came near, overlooking Julius. "Work faster," he said. Julius stopped looking at his chains. Julius said, "No." Julius continued mining, left the camera, came quick, by surprise, wiped Julius, all slaves stooping mining. Two slaves nearby holding pick, looking, mine faster, it's a commandment. Julius W. determination, trying to take the chains off. "I can't with these chains." Julius was about to wipe Julius when one soul holded his arm. Another picked him in the head to death. The soul quickly grabbed the keys and started to free all slaves, as the soul grabbed their picks and fought against guards. A revolt started and all soul and fighted, screaming, "G1 Julius has to kill a couple of this while he is chained with a pick," then grabbing the sword and killing the other. Attack mechanics introduced. C1. Julius's chains broke from Julius's arm. Strength 3. Soul picked picks and escaped to the exit where men were ready with swords. The exit was way high, light shining amidst the darkness. G2. Run to the exit and kill the soldier. Human movement. Julius fought with hit, overthrowing the sword. Another hit, inverse block in a dangerous hit. Kick him and killed once from behind was gonna sword him in the neck, when Julius elbowed him in his arm, pushing him, and put the sword in his head so hard it got stuck. Cutscene. In the open near a lake. 3 men rushed to boat and rode, arrows flying. 1 man got dead, hit in the heart. Slave, "We got make it," Julius said. At the shore, finishing rowing, tired and washed in sweat and blood, Cell was arrowed to death, fall into the water, forcing Julius to rise his hands. K to archer, aiming with elbow, "Don't arrow the other, this one I know, King Julius, so will we have to row you back, or will you row back by yourself?" Julius said, "If I row back him dead, they have archers. I have a better idea. What if I work as your horse caretaker, just like my dad did before?" King, "Okay, only because someone killed the old one." "Get in the car," Julius said, "thou art my king." Camera shows everything from afar as Julius enters the car, archers aiming at him. Start. Cutscene 1. Intro. City of London. 5 years later. Mansions, garden day. Vanessa thanks for the coffee to servant s walking away. Julius said, "And that's how I earned my freedom." 2 pals dead, a whole revolt and a unmentioned past. Rebecca said, "Super fascinating story, but I have to go make my stuff in my room, bye." Rebecca left. Vanessa said, "And what happened then?" Julius said, "Then I met you, and then I met R, and then we're here." Servant comes and serves them cake. Vanessa said, "And who do you love?" Julius said, "You." Vanessa said, "Right." Julius said, "I love you so much, I want to marry you." Vanessa said, "Me too, and I will tell everyone at dinner, but before I want you to steal a little car for me." Julius said, but you have so many cars. Vanessa said, but this is gold. Arthur, main knight of the king, made it make for his wife, for a lot of cash. Julius said, why not ask thy king? Vanessa said, hell not buy, and who else can I ask for it but you? Julius said, I can get the cash. Vanessa said, but I want you to steal it because he did something to me, something serious. Julius, going serious, what did he did? Vanessa said, false, he did nothing to me, but I just don't like the man, I want him to suffer. Julius said, true? Vanessa said, you know I'd never lie to you. Vanessa starts eating cake, but spits it out, calling out this has no sugar. I will make another one, just to your liking. Left. Vanessa stood, and stopped her. Vanessa said, wait, I will go help you. Julius, I'll go too. Vanessa said, you stay because I wanna make a surprise to you. Vanessa and left. A geet scream could be heard, pumping Julius to go run to see what was going. Was drowned in the ground, dead next to a stairs. Vanessa said she slipped, it wasn't my fault. Julius, let's call the king, hell run the errands. Vanessa, no, none noticed. She looks side to side, let's bury her in the forest and replace her. It's gotta be hard. You do this, I marry you, I will tell all at diner. Okay, bring her to the car and I'll tell you the rest. Game sequence 1. To car. We gotta slide the servant to the car unnoticed. Car is 2 seats closed, silver, 2 horse. Cutscene 2. The car. Vanessa calming herself as Julius was putting the maid inside the car. Okay. Vanessa, take the wheel, drive south and don't stop. Game sequence 2. We drive to place. Vanessa said, you are such a strong man, so we will go and bury her, and then we'll kidnap a thother maid. Julius said, Kay will know if we keep going with this car. Vanessa said, yes, but they will said it was we seem alike. Vanessa, I know where these servants live. First we'll bury her and then I go as a taxman, distracting any heat, when you have the servant ready in the back. I go to you fast and we asleep. The only problem is, I don't know how to ride this thing. Julius, it's easy, you pull the leash to stop the horses and bang it to make them run. Julius stops horse pulling the leash, thigh has to try to. Let's switch places, which places? Julius said, bang it. Vanessa, bang it, making them run. Julius said, now pull it. Vanessa pulled it, making them stop. Vanessa said, well, this was easy than I thought, but no, we gotta switch places. Because you are the horse master. Julius said, okay. I switch places. Cutscene 3. At the berry place, I got off. Vanessa opened the back and took off a shovel. Vanessa said, you gotta make it quick. If they catch us, no, I am in trouble. Game sequence 3. Bury the servant, a minigame where we fill the dirt wherever we want. We've got infinite dirt. Game sequence 4. 2 hours. Vanessa said, that's nice, now let's drive to the house. Vanessa gives indications. Drive to house. Cutscene 4. Home. Apt at some corner. Vanessa and Julius switch driver. Vanessa, you wait for me here. I'll be in a moment. Vanessa gets to house and knock on door. Mother opens. Armed with bow. Vanessa, tax pay is X golden coins. Mu Rebecca, quick this moth. I only have silver, so you wait. Proceeds to pay her. Julius goes through the window and gags her mouth, carries her outside. Vanessa doesn't receive the money. She sees Julius outside. Vanessa, I forgot something in the car, wait in here. Mother find. Vanessa goes away, and they take the servant in the car. Aims her bow and shoots them from afar. Arrows sticking in the car. A time later. Vanessa, we gotta switch positions now. You ride as I talk to her. I switched. Game sequence 5. Drive back home. Vanessa, thou hast to work in the castle and work as your sisters, in her room, and take her position now that she's gone. Where's my sister? Vanessa, she has gone from vacations far away. Why? Vanessa said, you don't gotta tell nobody this, never. Do as told, if not I kill you. They return. Vanessa, go to work. Left Vanessa, I forgot this is Rebecca's birthday. Accompany me to the diner, and in there I'll keep the word. Julius agrees. Rebecca's birthday cutscene. 1 Mansion's table. They were all present. King spoke all the time, and when a silence was Vanessa, I have a word. Julius' face light up. I'm interested in purchasing some lands in the north of the kingdom. Julius' face faded away, nodding his head. Rebecca said, your gift, Vanessa. Vanessa gave her a shoe. Vanessa said, I'm sorry, somehow your lost shoe was in my room hidden. Rebecca said, it's fine. Rebecca said, Julius, your gift. Julius said, come tomorrow morning to the stables. I have a special horse for you. Rebecca, kissing him in the cheek, that's my man, that's why I love you so much. Vanessa grows jealous. In the table, Julius said, why didn't you tell him? Vanessa, cutting some steak, why did you give her a horse? Julius said, I just had the money and king's daughters deserve good things. Vanessa said, last birthday I got nothing, and now she gets this. Julius said, you got a nice beautiful dress, plus you don't have idea what I have for you next. She was cutting the piece fiercer and fiercer until Julius, stop cutting, you are gonna cut herself. Vanessa said, I just don't like her. Julius said, stop. Vanessa knifes her finger. Julius, let me heal you. K, what's the fuss? Vanessa, nothing but a small cut. I am going to the kitchen. Cutscene 2. In the kitchen while the servants were in rush hour. Vanessa, so, like before I said, you gotta do me a little job and then I marry you. The one we talked about before. Julius, ok, this man has a car that I want. I cannot accompany you this time. I have stuff to do. This man lives in the border wall. He's my dad's right hand. He patrols every night in there. He has 2 slaves. Julius, okay. Vanessa said, bring the car in good condition. Kill if you have to, and remember time is everything. Vanessa, I wished I could talk with you at any time, no matter the distance, to accompany you, but that doesn't exist. Julius, yet. Game sequence. 1 timed mission. We drive to the place. We gotta punch a dude and take out his sword, kill him, and kill the other. Lose the knights, avoiding arrows affecting the paint work. Drive back. Cutscene 3. At the castle, Julius arrived, horses agitated with the horse attached. Julius said, it was hell to avoid all those arrows, they almost shot me. Vanessa said, my dream has come true, now I am going to marry you. Overs drop in. The king come out of nowhere, but before I know, Julius killed the servant, and now this. Vanessa, I didn't kill her, she slipped. People could hear from this. I could prison you, but because you are special, I'll have to warn you. If you make again something like this again, I'll have to prison you. Understood, Julius, fine. King left Vanessa, get some sleep, and we'll solve all later. At the dining room was big with a gigant table full of gold and jewels of kings everywhere. Rebecca and Julius are alone sitting with a feast on the table. Rebecca puts a finger in the cake and puts cake in Julius's nose. Rebecca said, I love you. Julius said, I love you more. Rebecca places her hand on Julius's arm. Rebecca said, I love you so much that I cannot wait to sleep with you. Julius happy but turned looking round. Could you put your hand away? Rebecca said. Why, Rebecca, you nervous? It's because of Vanessa? Julius said, no, she comes. Vanessa came inside and sat the other side of the table. Vanessa said, so why, Rebecca, you lunch in so early? Julius said, we are just having a quick fill-up, we all need it for time to time. Vanessa said, no, why, Rebecca, you two here alone if you are my prince? Vanessa grew furious. Rebecca to Julius, putting her hand off. So who do you love, me or her? Julius got off the table and went beside Vanessa. I love Vanessa, and we will marry tomorrow, Rebecca said. Okay. Rebecca left Julius to our going to her. Wait, come here, Vanessa, stopping him. Let her go. Now go and dress up while I make lunch. I will tell something big to you later. Boat. Cutscene 1. Vanessa's room. Day. Rebecca stands off the door, eavesdropping. Vanessa hears the plan. Thou hast to steal a boat and escape with me to a untamed land. Julius said, why? Vanessa said, because I now house king and he won't allows to marry so. Vanessa, we will make our own kingdom and a lot of children. Julius said, okay. Outside, Key discovered Rebecca. King, what you doing? Rebecca whispering, pushing Key to the door. Shut up and come to listen, they are rebelling. Vanessa, go steal the boat, and I will wait you in the shore to drive our carriage inside. Julius, okay. Vanessa, you will find this useful, handing him a bow and arrows. Kay and Rebecca looking by the door. Game sequence 1. We ride to port, we go to the boat, kill all, drive it, taught the meat. Cutscene 2. She is not outside the car. He anchors the boat and walks to the car slowly as a lamp is turned off inside. Julius said, something isn't right. Light aren't on. Horse distressed. Julius reaches his bow and aims, open the door but has knocked out from behind. Cutscene 3. Celled. Day. Julius, hurt by the blunt, wakes up in a small cell with mossy bricks near the sea, with a window with bars. Julius, hooray, what happened to me? Vanessa, I don't know, but you just woke up me too. Julius, this has to be a dream. Vanessa, it is. Why, Vanessa, you're in luck. I know these cells better than my own hand. Why would a princess know this? I like to torture jailmates, because I was bored. Vanessa break a piece of wall with a kick connecting her and G's celled. She goes inside celled. Julius, this doesn't happen in real life. Vanessa, if this is a dream, then do what you like to me. Him all ers. Vanessa, it's on top of Julius. Julius laying in the floor. Julius kisses Vanessa. Spy shaky cam is spying on them from the door. Rebecca said, I knew it. Cam moves inside and traverses the window, showing the sea. Cutscene 4. Cam moves to a point where there's a focus on the door. Julius and Vanessa. Rebecca sleeping. King opens the door and enters. Hey you. Vanessa, he, how did you got in the cell? Vanessa, we made love. When can we marry? King, never. You are in trouble, Vanessa. No, you are in trouble. What about the reputation? King agrees and leaves. King, okay, come tomorrow morning to the garden, we'll do it. Happily married, right? Cutscene 1. Garden day. They marry. At the table there's cake and candles, servants playing instruments, jokers playing. King, do you accept my daughters as thy princess? Julius said, I accept. Julius kissed Vanessa. At the garden, all applauding. Rebecca applauding with a death stare. Hidden. Cutscene 2. In their room at night, we're shown Vanessa and Julius sleeping, laying on their bed as the lights. Rebecca off. Vanessa said, I'm going to the bathroom. Vanessa unlied from bed and went to the bathroom. Rebecca came with a long knife and killed Vanessa, stabbing really quick, and going running a skip in. Vanessa screaming. Julius lit up a candle and went fast to look a puddle of blood. Vanessa lifeless. Julius said, no. No. Julius dropped the candle, starting a fire quickly propagating. Julius abruptly tried to put the fire out as the opposite came true. Julius rose his head and saw Rink. Rebecca said, he killed your daughter, and now has trying to burn the evidence. King, who have I trusted but a slave? K's face filled with rage, his face going blank. Cutscene 3. At the prison cell, drops of water heard in the background, with a cloudy sky scene. Rebecca came to visit Julius. Guards allowing her to enter, food her carrying. Rebecca left the food on the table. Rebecca cheered up. Look what I brought to you. Kay came to eavesdrop. Rebecca said, it's your favorite, I know, steak and wine, come eat. Rebecca said, "You remember we used to eat all day long back when you loved me more." Julius nodded his head. Julius said, "I knew it was you killed her." Rebecca said, "How could you say these awful things about me?" Julius said, "You know it wasn't me, then who?" Rebecca face going serious. Rebecca said, "Yes, it wasn't you because it was me. But now you have a now, so you can love me or go to hell." Rebecca reaches her hands for her bow. Julius said, "How could you have thought that I was gonna love you and marry you, ignoring this tragedy?" Rebecca aimed his bow at Julius. "I can kill you right now, and this went like it never happened. Some guards can help me. I will be queen one day, and speaking about end, may you say your last words, please." King opened the door with a sad stare. Rebecca aimed at Kay and Julius back and forth, don't knowing who to shoot first, until she aimed at King and lingered a bit more, deciding to kill him. Julius pushed her arm as she threw unsuccessfully an arrow at the king, getting stuck on the wall. Julius grabbed her and threw her to the ground, standing on top of her. "King, guards?" Guards arrived. King put her on a cell. Guards carried her to a cell. Rebecca said, "Dad, no. I left King. What have I done? I failed all those who I cared for." Julius said, "We all make mistakes, king or slave. King, tomorrow morning thou will be named my prince. King, there's a war tomorrow with the Vikings, and I want you to accompany me tomorrow. Don't forget thy armor and thy shield." Una visita inesperada celled. Julius came to visit Rebecca and entered her cell. Julius said, "Why did you kill her?" Rebecca said, "If I were you, I'd shut up and start doing all that stuff you did to my sister in this same cell." Julius said, "I'd kill you, if I could, but now I gotta go to a war I didn't ask for." Julius left. Rebecca said, "Is a war more important than love?" War battlefield, arrows going by, men fighting at sword, muffled screams, clear sky. King, finally you made it. We're just getting warm. Get in that position, Julius said. When war calls, the wise answer. After a great battle of 5v1, Julius went victorious. It seemed like they won. All started to cheer up, even the king in golden armor. But an archer arrowed the K, all killing him very fast at sword. Blood and stone finishes as the arrow impacts the K. Julius said, "Now that the K is dead, ya wanna make some honors." King, I'm not dead yet, but before him, come near, and I'll tell my last wish. Julius came. King, you gotta set Rebecca free, it's my last word. Julius said, "Why?" King, because I said so. If you wanna be king, you gotta set Rebecca free. Break. King, we gotta forgive to be forgiven, to be in peace. Julius said, "Tomorrow morning, your daughter Rebecca will be set free. You've got my word." King died. If you like it, make a donation through PayPal, sucessstudios@gmail.com.